Hi, I'm Maddie,
Hi, I'm Sammy.
and we're students with hidden disabilities.
Woohoo!
So, I guess we're gonna start this video off by, so I have severe ADHD and anxiety,
I have severe ADHD.
and so we're students who have accommodations, and our specific accommodations are separate testing location and extended time. So before the pandemic started, I used those accommodations in every single one of my classes, and I still kind of use all those accommodations in all my classes, except I don't have the separate testing location because I take it in my kitchen. But so what many people don't know about, well, me, is just how hard it is to function like a normal person, I guess. For me, I brought these accommodations with me, so I've had them since my first test I've ever taken, and I don't think I would perform the way I do or get the grades that I have gotten without them.
I came to Cedar Crest last year, my junior year. I transferred in for the nursing program. I never had accommodations previously. I didn't know they were a thing in college. So I took my first round of nursing exams and I failed all of them. I'm not happy about it. I'm actually upset. But the moral of the story is that I met Maddie and I was so desperate for help because I didn't know what to do. It wasn't that I didn't know the information. It was simply the fact that I didn't have enough time. And I remember sitting in my pharmacology class with everyone taking the exam, and I remember hearing my professor say there's 10 more minutes left, and I began to freak out because I was like, OMG. So anyways, Maddie told me that there's something called accommodations, and I went to Susan Barnes and she said I was eligible for them. It wasn't that I didn't know what was on the exam, it's simply the fact that someone would make a tapping sound or someone would place their pencil a little too loud for my liking, and the exam was done. I couldn't focus. I reread the same question 5 times. I still couldn't comprehend in my brain what it was asking. I knew the information really well, but it was simply the distraction part of it.
Well, and like I feel like sometimes we're not taken seriously, at least I'm not taken seriously. I try my absolute hardest, and I have at all times 5 million things going through my mind. I mean, I still accomplish things, I still learn, it just might take me the extra 3 hours to get started. And you know, it's not that I'm not taking situations seriously, it's just I know I'm listening to what everyone's saying, and I know what you're saying. You could ask me 5 seconds later, I know what you're saying, but right then and there, I'm not in the right mindset.
I agree with what Maddie said in terms of not being taken seriously. I have experienced that a lot throughout my nursing career here. It's always, I get things like, not even just from professors, but it could be students too, but a lot of times professors too. It's always like, oh, Sammy, or Sammy's all over the place, or oh, Sammy. But what they don't understand is that they could be talking to me and it comes across as if I personally don't know what they're saying or I'm unaware of something, but really what's going on is there's 40 other thoughts in my head. They're not like racing, intruding thoughts or compulsive thoughts, but it's more like, oh, what am I going to study when I get home, or what am I going to study next week, or what do I have to do this week? And I've been told, oh, be more organized, write it out. That doesn't work for me.
We couldn't be any more organized. We're color-coded for
my calendar, everything's color-coded, all my classes are grouped in different bins based on different colors. I've tried everything. I researched everything. I asked my doc. We still didn't find what works, but it really is a hidden disability, and it's very frustrating because, as we mentioned, we don't get taken seriously. What takes someone 2 hours to learn, it could take us 7 times as long. Maybe not as much, but it's around there. Oftentimes it's not the task, like it's not that we don't comprehend the task, it's often that we can't get over a certain hurdle. So for example, I'll sit down and I'll try to attempt to start my paper. I completely understand what I'm going to be talking about. I understand the directions. I organize how I'm going to write it, but I can't get over the hurdle that, oh, what's due next week, or what's due tomorrow, or what else is due, or when am I gonna go to prep? It's often things like that, and it becomes frustrating because those things take a lot of time to think, and it takes away from the task itself. and it becomes so exhausting to actually start an assignment because we have all those racing thoughts and we can't control those thoughts.
And for me, like, I've learned to hide it very well. Like, I can go to class and act like I know what I'm doing, and I'm very organized. Like, everyone, like, I know everything when it's due. I know when it's due. I know what I need to get done and when I need to get it done by. But it gets really frustrating when I come home and I cry because I just feel like one, I can't do it, but I can do it. It's just going to take me a lot longer, and two, like, I just feel like the moment like I mess up on something, I feel like my professors are like, yeah, I knew she was going to do that. Like, it's not that I don't know what I'm doing, and like for exams, especially now because they're on the computer, it becomes very hard because I see the clock ticking down like on the top of my computer screen. I'm like, oh my goodness, am I gonna finish? Am I gonna do this? Am I gonna do that? So like at some points I'm just like, I'm over it. I have to hand this in. I can't do this anymore. I can't force myself to continue to look at this clock and think I have 5 minutes left. Like, what am I gonna do? And it's hard because I know the information and I know that I can do it and I can perform well, and that it's not just the simple fact that I'm stupid and I don't know it, because I'm not. Like, we're not. I can tell you. Like, and it's people look at us and they're like, yeah, they don't take it seriously. But like, the reason we're friends, not the only reason we're friends, it's because like she understands what's going on in my mind. She's somebody that shares the same disability that I do, and like we get it. Like, I get it, and it's frustrating when somebody else doesn't get it. It's exhausting.
And I think part of the reason is because people with ADHD, we were always taught previous years, it was characterized as, a little hyper little boy, can't stop talking, he's like has bad behavior. But there's so much more to it, and I feel as if you don't go through it, you never know. It's mentally exhausting because every day we know we're gonna hit a crash, and most people, if they can't focus, they just go for a walk or eat a snack or eat a protein snack, or they like clean something. But for us, once we get up, the day's canceled. It's so hard to refocus again, and it's a huge crash, and it almost feels as if someone drank so much coffee, like over drank coffee and then experienced a crash. We get that without drinking coffee. And it's really frustrating because we have the want and desire to get so much done, but we physically have a disability that's hidden that a lot of people don't understand.
And like, I mean, I don't talk about this much, but like, I know it sounds weird to say, but I calculate out how long my medicine is going to last for to determine how my day is going to go. Sometimes I'll get up and I'll wait an hour to take my medicine because I know, okay, I have to do this at this specific time. Like, I will not be able to focus on my assignment if I take my medicine now. And it sounds really bad to say, but like, my whole day revolves around the simple fact that like, I know that I have this long to do this, because if not, like, my mind's not there. And it's frustrating because I want to do it and I have the most desire in the world to do it, but I can't do it.
And even with the medication aspect, it doesn't always help because it's just exhausting, as we mentioned, because our day, like, most people just know they're going to focus on this task, and we have to start our day with the thought in our mind, like, oh, we woke up at 7 a.m. today, so at 3 o'clock, like, the day's kind of done. And it's really exhausting because once that crash comes, it's not even from the medication, it's just the ADHD aspect, and the medication probably adds to it, doesn't make it better. But the crash, it's like unexplainable. It's just really frustrating because most people can still do other tasks, and we have that thought in the back of our head whenever we're trying to complete an assignment, so it just adds to the stress of it.
So, moral of the whole story is we hope that you have a better understanding of
our hidden disability
and how it affects our everyday life, and it's kind of what people don't know about us. So, thanks for watching.